ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this slightly different video today that I'm going to be doing, where I'm going to be showing you a very useful little mod or tool that you can use on any map you play if you are the kind of person that likes to create fields or change fields or adjust the sizes and shapes of fields, but get a little bit annoyed that you have to do it with a plough. Ploughs are the only way you can create fields in games, and ploughs take quite a bit of time to create fields. And what I've decided to do to demonstrate this little tool, I've come on this wonderful, lovely map by Stevie, the Hills View map. However, this is the Hills View map with a different. This is the Hills View open map. And what that means is, when you come in game and go into the menu, there are no fields. There are no fields. Okay. So if you want to start farming on this map with all the wonderful equipment and all the gear and all the stuff that Stevie's provided, all the tractors and all the yummy stuff, you're going to have to make your own fields. Now, of course, like I say, that can take time in the normal game because ploughing is the only way to create fields, typically. But I'm going to show you a handy little mod that can do that, okay? Right then, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to want to open up your browser. Or, yeah, you're definitely going to want to open up your browser, because this isn't a standard, typical mod, okay? You cannot download this to your mod folder and try and install it that way. It will not work. Okay, so you want to go on the mod hub, you want to search for Paintable Field Prefab, that's the name of the mod, by Emproloop. It's only 1.51 megabytes to download, and you want to download that somewhere you can find the zip. So for me, for this purposes of this tutorial, I've slapped it straight on my desktop. Rid of all the desktop icons. Right. So here is the Paintable zip mod. Okay. Inside, you will find a couple of XML files. Okay. And a little README instruction file that you're going to want to have a look at. And going to want to have a bit of a perusal over. Okay. It says quite clearly on the first instruction, add the following row to the paintable foliages in the map XML. You're going to want to copy this line here. Okay. And you're going to want to add that to the paintable foliages in the map XML. So I'm going to copy that now. I'm going to come back to my desktop. I'm going to find my map. So here is my Hills View map. Get this open in a window. Here is my Hills View map. And we need to find the map XML. So I'm going to go into map. And it should be in here typically. Usually, depending on what Stevie's named it. He's going to call it FS22 Hills View by Stevie Open XML. It might, as I say, maybe called Maps XML. The map author may have named it something else, but basically you want to find the file that when you open it up gives you all the map information stuff. So anything where you can change like the what animal food file, the animal files, fill types, that kind of stuff. All your informations, your fill types, your spray type, food types. If you can find this XML with this information in, you've got the right one. Okay. And the instruction said was to paste that line in the paintable foliages. So we're going to put that carriage return, Control V. We've added that line. Save. And we can exit. Obviously, I'm using Notepad++ to edit. You use whatever Notepad program of your choice, your preference. When I close the program down, it'll ask me, do I want to update the XML in the archive? I click yes, I do. Right, back to the text file. Look at the next instruction. it says add the following entries to store items in the mod descriptions XML. Okay, so we're going to take those 4 lines. Okay, we're going to copy them. We're going to go back up a level in your zip folder. We're going to find the mod description XML. We're going to open that. And of course, we're going to see a massive list of store items here as all the different things that Stevie adds to his map. The map you're playing might be smaller, okay? Might have less stuff in it. But basically, you go to the end of that file. Again, carriage return. Control-V to paste. Save. Exit. Update the mod description. And then finally, the last thing you need to do is take all of the XML, the 4 XML, okay, and paste those into your map zip folder, exactly where the mod description goes. That's what it says. Okay. And then also take the store cultivated brush, store cloud brush DDS files. Okay, take those and paste those into the exact same place again. You could, if you wanted to, place them, obviously go into the map and stick them somewhere else, but then you'd have to remember to come into your map description, your mod description, and you would have to remember to change the file paths. Okay. So best follow the prefab instructions to the letter. Like I say, if you know what you're doing, you're a bit more experienced, you can place these files a bit deeper in the map folder so it's a little bit neater in the file tree, but you would need to change your file paths to point to those files correctly. But if you just stick them in the first layer level of the map, you are fine. So take that. That's now finished. We can close that zip file, all the zip files down. Okay, we don't need the Paintable prefab anymore, so I'm just going to delete that. I am now going to take my map folder. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to paste it into the mod folder for the map that I was just playing on. So we're going to go into my Hills View folder. See, I've got Hills View open by Stevie, and I've also got the regular Hills View map in here. I'm just going to paste and overwrite, when prompted, the Hills View open by Stevie map. Then what we can do, we can then load up the game again. So I'm just using my mod folder manager program, make easy switching and launching of the game. Snip. And we'll go back into game, ladies and gents, where we will now have some very useful new tools, which will make creating fields and altering fields on a map a lot faster than doing it with a plough. Although, if you're like me, and you like to be a little bit more perfectionist, after you've used this tool, you can also just whiz round and just go around the edges again with a real plough, just to neaten and smoothing off the edges if you like, nice smooth edges. But we'll jump in. Now, I will tell you that the first time I used this mod, I made a little bit of a mistake. Well, I thought I'd made a mistake because I couldn't find the tools. And that's because they don't appear where you would logically expect to find them, and I'll show you. Okay. So we're in game. We run over here, just quickly behind our field over here. Oh. So we're at the top of the farm. We've got this big open area here. We want to create a field on it. Okay. Bring up the build mode. Tab across to landscaping. Okay. Now, you think, oh, I want to paint fields because it was a paintable fields map, mod. So you come into painting, And you go looking across at everything and you think, well, I don't see anything. Oh, I couldn't have installed the mod properly. Stop. You have installed the mod correctly. It, however, isn't located under the painting menu, which is where I assumed it would be. But it appears in the plants menu. And if you scroll along the end of the plants menu, we now get 4 new options. We've got cultivated field. We could create, you know, a cultivated field. We might need to remove the foliage first. We'll have a look at that. I think I did it on a blank area previously. So what we'll do, we'll come in here. I will use the normal grass mod. We'll remove the grass foliage. Obviously, once you've painted a field, the field is actually underneath the grass. I'm just doing this to make it easier to see. The first time you go over the field with a tool or piece of equipment, you will remove all the grass, meadow, foliage anyway. But there we go. So let's have a look again. So you've got 4 types. Press the wrong button every time. Doing this with controller, you see. So you've got cultivated texture. People that want to place pre-cultivated fields. You've got ploughed texture. You want to create a ploughed field. You've got stubble tillage. If you've like cultivated and, you know, you've tilled the previous harvest. And then you've got ridged fields texture. You can paint down to simulate what a field would look like with potatoes on it. And when you come into the map, you can now see we have 4 little fields that have been created. Okay. So of course, what you can do then very quickly and easily with this, we'll get the plough tool, change that to a nice round shape. Just go and paint a field. You can get obviously nice rounded corners. You can do irregular shapes, you know, as you see fit. Painted the field down. That's all very nice and ploughed. It will need lime, as is the case with most fields. But when you've ploughed them, it will need lime, so you have to come and do the lime spreading. But what you can do, I grab my tractor very quick, and I go grab the seeder, which I think is in the shed. I'm trying to remember where it is when you start. Well, Stevie's colour-coded all the vehicles now. And added, made them all John Deere green. They weren't when I was testing the beat map the other week. Last week. Before the full release of the maps. So that's quite a nice little tweak. He's made them all the equipment John Deere themed. Right. Bring the all over. This fruit can't be planted in August. Can anything be planted in August? Because I forgot to disable seasons. We could do canola. we'll plant some canola then. We'll just quickly whiz round. So I'm doing this quick because I don't want this video to be too long. I just want to show you how useful this little mod is. Like I say, you can install it into any map. Any map you can add it to. So whatever map you're currently playing, you just follow the tutorial, copy the correct files, add the couple of lines of XML code to the correct XML files within the map, and you're good to go, ladies and gents. You are good to go. Very good to go. Oh yeah, slapping a bit of canola down quickly. See, normally when I've been playing maps, you know, and a lot of I don't like the blocky square maps, square shapes to a lot of the fields. It's, you know, not really normal, not natural. And certainly where I live in the UK, there's never a square field or straight line anywhere in sight in nature. In the countryside, there's no perfectly straight lines or squares or rectangles in nature. In all the farms that I've been to and driven past, and you know. So in the game, I like to make my fields a little bit natural looking. I like to do the rounded corners. I like to make them a little bit irregular, but it can be a little bit of a pain doing it with a plough because it does take a lot of time. Ploughs are quite slow, and unless you're using, you know, modded ploughs, which are, you know, massive, all the in-game ploughs are very small. The vanilla Giants ploughs are all very small in size. But it can take you ages to reshape a whole field or create a whole new field. Whereas this mod has literally let me do it in seconds. And if we go back to the screen, you can see ploughed, now needs rolling, it's growing, and we've got our canola. And you can literally do this anywhere. Like I say, once you own the land, we'll go get a different one. We'll use this lovely the lovely potato texture. I'm not going to bother removing the foliage this time. Just going to make a field on the map. This would, I'll tell you what, on my multiplayer server, my Maypole Farm server I'm playing at the moment, this would be very useful for me. Very useful. Because I love... I'm really desperately trying to change all my fields. Do another little bit to show. The only thing I wish, and again, maybe somebody out there can help me, maybe someone out there will know, is there a way to actually make these painting tools and landscaping tools bigger, so I could paint more of the land in one single application? Because like I say, if you're making big fields like this, it takes you a little while to go around and paint everything. But yeah, we come into the map again, and you can see started putting in a great big field. Like I say, it's easier if you remove the foliage level, like the meadow grass. If you can remove that first, it makes it easier to see. A little bit easier to see. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've liked it. I hope this is very useful to you, and it's something you can make use of and take away and implement into your maps and saves in the future. Because as I say, it can save you a lot of time if you just want to tweak and adjust a few fields on your map. If you have enjoyed the video, please be kind give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment and a thank you down below. I'll see you soon with some more content, but for now from me, goodbye everybody. Cheerio.